Like if you're curious about just Korean men, like a casual relationship, for sure you can do it. Can you confirm what happened that night? The biggest problem of this story is we Asians love numbers, but I don't love numbers like that. Korean girlfriends, like, oh, she shouldn't have said that to me. I would recommend dating foreign girls. When I was dating a foreign girlfriend, she often told me that I look like So welcome to the new episode. I got an email from a dude, which is the first time. I'm very happy, and I also got another email which kind of overlaps with this story from the dude. She said I could say her name, Asia. She sent me email, and there's a part where Asia and Jihoon's email overlap. So I'm only going to read Jihoon's story, and we're gonna also cover Asia's problem regarding dating Korean men. Okay? Okay, here we go. Hey Jed, my name is Jihoon. 안녕하세요. I recently watched your video and really connected with it. So I wanted to ask for your advice. Sure. I've been dating my African American girlfriend for a year, and she is very different from my previous Korean girlfriends. I feel you, brother. We first met on Kakao Talk. It's a little sketchy in my opinion, for a language exchange, of course. At first, I was just curious about foreigners, so I approached her. But as I got to know her, I realized she's an honest, well-educated, and independent woman. With my ex-girlfriends, our conversations often felt one-sided, like Korean ex-girlfriends. They mostly talked about themselves and expected me to comfort them. I always felt like I had to give the right answers, like solving a quiz. If I didn't, they would get upset and our relationship would suffer. I feel you. But my current girlfriend is completely different. We have a real, meaningful conversations. She speaks honestly, and I can also express my true thoughts instead of trying to guess what she wants to hear. Great. We also don't need to text all day. And we respect each other's personal space. This is the best part, I think, in my opinion, dating a foreign girlfriend. Like you, I feel lucky to be in a relationship with a foreigner. Bro, I've been single for so long. Sounds very happy. After 1 month, I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she happily agreed. Also, whoa, she's very passionate in bed. Good for you, brother. And she gives me deep satisfaction. Oh, okay. Well, she's amazing, no doubt. I've never felt this way with my Korean ex-girlfriends. Now, I feel like I cannot live without her. Good for you. I'm very happy. I love her so much. Great, great, great. So if it sounds like I'm just bragging, no. But this is where the problem begins. Let's go. After a year together, I decided to marry her. But there's an issue with my parents. Uh-oh. My parents are not financially secure for their old age. They are healthy now, but as their only son, okay. I always assumed I would live with them and take care of them. However, my girlfriend doesn't agree with the idea. Does it surprise you? Whoa. She respects my parents, but believes living together is a separate issue. Of course it is. She's strongly against the idea. So am I. At the same time, my parents don't want me to have a interracial marriage. Saw that coming. They are good people and respect me, but they worry that if we have children, they might face discrimination in Korea. You're not wrong. My girlfriend suggested moving to the US, but I worked hard to establish a stable career here in Korea. It's not easy for me to give that all up. Still, I love her deeply, and I know I will get regretted for the rest of my life if I lose her. What should I do? Difficult story.
Wow, difficult.
Yeah, very difficult story. Beautiful story as well at the same time.
First of all, she's amazing. I'm so jealous of him. What do you think?
The whole passion in bed. Okay, so I think being passionate in bed it applies to Korean girls and foreign girls both, in my opinion. As I mentioned in previous video, Korean girls are not boring, right? But again, foreign girls were for me very active, and it felt like we were actually making love together. But often with Korean girlfriends, a lot of Korean men, we have this pressure to give them like a biggest satisfaction. So often we feel like it's working. Like after 7, I'm still working with my girlfriend. So that's how we often felt. It doesn't go for everyone, obviously, but I think that's why he's so happy with how things work in bed with African American girlfriend. So yeah, because you guys are together, making love together.
이게 약간 한국 남자들이 갖고 있던 환상 같아요. 외국인들은 좀 더 개방적일 것이다. 뭐 그들이 실제로 그 환상처럼 뭔가 좀 다른 뭔가가 있다고 생각하시나요?
A lot of Korean men, we have this fantasy towards foreign women, especially American women, because of the Hollywood movies. They have this weird open-minded, and they would do a lot of like freaky stuff in bed. Asia also asked me if Korean men would date African American girl or black girl. A lot of Korean men, we have this fantasy towards black girls as well as white girls, any foreign girls, but especially Japanese girls, white girls, and black girls, right? Japanese because of the adult movie. A lot of Korean men, they're crazy. So because Asia asked me if I think she could date Korean men. So you could have casual relationships for sure. And sometimes they don't really care about the looks. Let's say if you're not very good looking and you're black and you want to date Korean men, some of them would approach you because they're curious rather than they like you for who you are. So you gotta be careful. There's always needs, quite a lot of needs actually. A lot of Korean men. I was quite surprised because I thought it was only for Caucasian women, but towards African or black ladies, we have that too, quite strong. But as you know, having a proper relationship is different to just casually dating Korean men. So you have to be very careful. You have to draw the line very clearly before sleeping together. So I really wanted to mention that. And also that's the answer for Asia's email. Yeah. Casual dating, very, very possible. But having a decent boyfriend, it depends on you. It's up to you, who you are, how you carry yourself.
근데 또 그들도 사실 그냥 한국 남자랑 뭐 그렇게까지 진지하게 만나고 싶은 데가 없을
맞아요.
수 있어.
Okay.
그들 그냥 한번 놀고 싶을 수 있지.
맞아요. Like if you're curious about just Korean men, like a casual relationship, for sure you can do it. If you can do it, like no strings attached. A lot of Korean men are curious, so you can get that easily. Like if you are planning to just travel Korea, you can have that like magical moment for short period of time. You can do it. Yeah.
그리고 어떤 한국 남자들은 아시겠지만 취향이 다 있어서
Right. White, black doesn't matter. Yeah. Don't worry about that. And be yourself and be confident. On the other hand, from my experience, I had a thing with this American Caucasian lady. We didn't get too serious, but what I love about Western girls is the honesty. Most of the times they don't lie. They are very upfront, especially, and I personally don't care about the past. Except for this one girl who freaked me out. She was from Baltimore. And the Baltimore in my head, because of the TV show I love the most in this planet, The Wire. Because in that show, Baltimore is such a mess. And the story took place in the past, like way past, in the 90s. So I asked her, like, is Baltimore that messy? And like there are a lot of like drug addicts and crimes and blah blah blah. And she goes, "Yeah, I used to do a lot of substances." It's like, okay, I mean, smoking is fine, but like, no, I did this, I did that, and I did that. What? and the substances she named is because okay. So although I haven't done all this, I know what hard drugs are, and she did all that. And multiple substances in one night, and like have multiple men in one room. It's like when I was listening, I was very confused. Like when I was listening to the story, like excuse me, how many nopes in that room? How many nopes? It's like, what? How many girls in one this tiny room? Okay, it's like, okay, that happened in one night. I'm positive I'm not hearing this right. Like, can you confirm what happened that night? It's like, whoa, okay, okay, and she goes, nah, it's all in the past. It's fine. I don't do that anymore. Of course, you can't do it in Korea, but they put you away for like 10 years, 20 years. That's crazy. So she's the only one that I got really freaked out by. So I can't do this anymore. Like, no, honesty is the quality that you have that should be respected by everyone. So I'm glad that she told me what happened in that room with a lot of nopes, with a lot of girls. It's like, whoa. But knowing that I can't have a serious relationship with her. Please don't think I'm an asshole because I judge her by the past. But there's a line. There's a line, and she didn't just cross it, but she leaped over it. So, so that I cannot handle. I cannot handle. So, sorry, I would say it's a cultural difference because those substances she mentioned, I don't want to say it on camera, but like, whoa, I thought those substances would kill you. It's like, oh, I survived multiple times. It's like, good for you, but this is not gonna work. I'm gonna walk away. I didn't ghost her. I told her that I can't do this anymore, and she's like, okay. But obviously, she was the only one person. I had like a casual dating without intimacy with quite a few American ladies, and none of them were like that. None of them were like that. But she was just only one, and I appreciate the honesty. I had a American date who was like a museum curator. She was always very calm, quiet. She doesn't drink, blah blah blah. But nothing happened between us. But yeah, that kind of girl also I respect. It's just that nothing happened between us after a few dates. Yeah. Okay. So the biggest problem of this story is Jihoon, he wants to live with the parents. That's no, like capital no. For local girls as well, they would leave you. So you're asking too much. So after marriage, living with your husband's parents is not our thing. It was generation above. Like my parents' generation, also not all of them did that, right? Like 2 generations above, they had to. But from my parents' generation, it was not a must. But our generation, that's big no. But Jihoon's case, his girlfriend being African American, you're asking too much. It sounds like it's too much to me as well. A lot of Korean girls nowadays, they would walk away, no questions asked. They wouldn't even argue. It's like, okay, goodbye. But the solution is getting a house near your parents, so you can still take care of them, and then you can have your privacy. But again, like some Korean girls don't even like that, right? You can bump into each other in the neighborhood. So I also call that healthy distance. Literally, it's a healthy distance. Like I don't know, like if you live too close, then some moms they want to visit your home while you're not there and give you like a kimchi and food and stuff like that. And some wives they hate it. Some very few wives they like that because they help a lot, like with the food and cleaning sometimes and taking care of your baby when you're working. But again, in general, a lot of women they don't like that. They want their privacy respected by the parents. But that's the alternative I came up with, because he really wants to take care of the parents, and that's the compromise, in my opinion. Might not be easy for African American girlfriend, and I feel for her. Here, Jihoon is asking for too much. I don't think it's healthy for the relationship as well. If you live like 4 of you living in the same house, it's going to be terrible. Like if you get married. I mean, for a year or for 6 months, first time you're living together, you're gonna argue because living together is different thing rather than dating, and then you're gonna have enough problems and arguments and to adjust. And imagine 2 more people being there, and you're not very comfortable because they're older. Whoa, it's a war. I would not recommend.
그것도 좀 인상 깊더라고요. 대화가 한국 여자들이랑 하는 건 좀 다르다.
Oh, right. Jihoon also mentioned that with my Korean ex-girlfriends, our conversations often felt one-sided. They mostly talked about themselves and expected me to comfort them. And it's like a quiz. Um, a lot of guys in this room, we agree. I strongly agree. I strongly agree, and I almost sound like praising foreign ex-girlfriends, but again, I had a lot of luck with the foreign girlfriends, so I have good memories, and I felt through my relationships with the foreign girls after breakup. Looking back, our relationships, I really felt like I grew up because of them. So I still feel the same way, and I'm very grateful because of the conversation. Conversation make you mature. I think if you have a good partner, like good boyfriend, good girlfriend, and sometimes you argue and blah blah blah, but having a good conversation is essential. Like making love and all that kind of stuff also matters, but it's like quits. It's a very good expression.
오빠 나 살쪘어?
Oh my god. They often ask, did I gain any weight? And
What's the
sometimes
answer?
I tend to tell the truth, but they would slap me because once you start dating, you tend to gain weight because you eat a lot of good food together. And they go, oh, do I look fat? And did I gain some weight? Like for sure you did because you look fatter. But because you asked, they would slap you, right? But I always say that you still look good. You did gain some weight, and you could lose it if you want to, but you still look good, and I still like you. The way you are is fine. And you go, no, that's not the way. That's not the way you should speak to girls. Like, okay, how do you want me to speak? Like I'm speaking like a regular person. No, you gotta tell me I'm still beautiful. I told you you're still beautiful. Like I didn't gain any weight, but you did. And then it goes nowhere, right? And it goes like you're a bad boyfriend. You're so slow and blah blah blah. But I want to have a regular conversation, like like normal people, regular people. But so that happens a lot. I know how to speak to them now because all that experience, all that torture. But the thing is, like, I don't know. With my foreign exes, they never asked me that question. Like, did I gain weight?
Really?
Do I look awful? No. Like for example, right? The height is always issue in Korean dating game for men. On the 6 feet, we are short. Apparently, it has nothing to do with the average height of Korea. It has nothing to do with it. But the girls say on the 6 feet, 180 centimeters, we are short. I am as well. I am 5'10", 178. And I had a girlfriend who was 168.
You remember the number of size, number of tall.
Height.
Height, yeah.
So I had a girlfriend, David asked, I had a girlfriend who was 5.5. So she was like 10 centimeters shorter than me. She's the only girlfriend that I remember the height of. Although she is 10 centimeters shorter than me, to her, I'm short as well. And before dating her, I never had an issue with my height because I mostly dated foreign girlfriends. They never came up with the numbers and my height and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I was dating this girl who was like 10 centimeters shorter than me, 5.5. And one day she goes, hey babe, tomorrow, can we wear a matching outfit? It's like, I'm not 16 anymore, but whatever gets your blood boiling. Let's do this. I said, okay, let's do that. And then she asked, babe, can I wear a pair of boots? And I was like, why are you asking me all this? I mean, you're not my teenage daughter. You can wear whatever the hell you want. And you can dress up like a Spider-Man. You can dress up like a Ninja Turtle. I would still date you. I would still take you to the restaurant with a turtle shell or whatever. Let's just do it. Like, don't ask me. Like, why do you ask all this? And she goes, Jed, because you are not tall. I figured if I wear boots, you would be very uncomfortable. I was like Jesus, tap dancing Christ. You are 10 centimeters shorter than me, and you're worried about wearing a pair of boots. And also, in general, I don't really mind like what you wear, including boots. You could look a little taller. I wouldn't be intimidated. It's okay. It's you, right? And that's how I still remember her height. and she's the only person that I remember the height of. All of my exes, and we talked about this before shooting in this room. The guys, we don't even know our wife's height, but girls, they always remember the boyfriend's height by number. I mean, we Asians love numbers, but I don't love numbers like that. Oh my God. So, and she always mentioned my height, like even after that conversation, she always says something like, oh, because you're not tall, because you're not tall. Bro, you're a lot shorter. Why is that a problem? And that kind of things, like she points out something about my appearance never happened with the foreign girlfriends. They just let me be. Foreign girlfriends, they are always cool with what I wear. Never said anything about my appearance. Oh, your face is too big. Oh, your mustache looks dirty. Blah blah blah. None of them said anything about my appearance. Rather they gave me a lot of compliments. That's very interesting, right? I'm also very thankful that a lot of you said nice things under my video. In my opinion, in general, Western girls are really generous with giving compliments. Reading all these comments about my appearance, like saying nice things about me, is so new to me. Because I've been single for so long, but at the same time, it's been a while since I had a date with the foreign girls. And the foreign girlfriends, they always gave me like nice compliments. And they always like, I don't know, they were always my confident booster. It was really nice. But Korean girlfriends don't really say that, right? Yeah, they would say something negative. I remember this girlfriend. It's the same girlfriend, the boots girl. She saw me, we went to the beach, right? And she saw me half naked, like on the beach. And she goes, why don't you have a six pack? I don't know. I don't know. I could say, why do you have a flat chest? But I never said that to her. I love the way she was. So I never complained about her body type. But she was like, oh, why don't you have six packs? Like, what kind of question is that? Is that a rhetorical question? Like, oh, I don't know. God hates me. I don't know. but rather, foreign girlfriends always said, oh, you have a nice body. Even when I was not in very good shape, they always say something nice. Yeah, I think it's culture, no? Yeah. We are very stingy with the compliments. I think Korean men too.
Yeah.
Like husbands, they don't really say nice things about their wives, right? Okay, so make no mistake, it's not Korean girls' problem, but it's a Korean culture. We are very stingy with the compliments. I wish we had more compliment to each other, right?
한국인의 문화인 것 같아.
Right. Yeah, he said it's a Korean culture. Yeah, we are not so generous with the compliments.
부모님이 걱정하시는 것도 되게 일리 있는 것 같아요. 사실 아이를 갖게 되면 그들이 받게 될 차별을 좀 걱정하시잖아요.
I agree.
African
Yeah.
American,
Right.
they have children, and then
Yes, David mentioned about the kids, like a mixed race, interracial marriage. Obviously, your kids will be half black, and oftentimes, half black kids tend to look full black. Sometimes, a lot of times actually. Then I would worry about my kid being discriminated in school and bullied and teased. That breaks my heart, even though I don't have a kid. Imagining just breaks my heart, right? Jiun's parents, they're worried about it, obviously. If you move to the US, it won't be a problem. I personally think the Asian genes are like a secret sauce. You mix it with white, it looks good. You mix it with the black, it looks good. You mix it with the Latina, it looks good. In my opinion, they all look good. It's a secret sauce. So I'm sure if they have baby, the baby will be very beautiful. But in Korean society, even his or her generation, when they're born in school, elementary school, middle school, the kid will suffer from stuck-up local Korean boys and girls. But when they grow up, I don't think it will be a big problem as an adult. But growing up, first 17, 18 years of life, the kid will have to suffer. I feel really bad.
어쨌든 학교라는 공간에서는 그들을 차별하지 말라고 교육을 하고,
Right.
한국 사회는 좀 더 성장하고 있고,
Right.
그 여자들, 우리 어머니 세대에서는 결혼을 하면 회사를 그만뒀어야 됐고, 이제는 육아휴직도 자유롭게 쓸 수 있는 회사를 늘어났고, 사회는 좀 더 나아진 방향으로 발전하고 있으니까.
David also mentioned that looking at 20 years ago, Korea, society was very, very different. Not many women were working, and they usually quit their job after marriage or having a baby. Now it's completely opposite, right? It's good to have a baby, right? So as much as I'm worried about the imaginary mixed blood kids, maybe it'll be okay, because Korean society, if it changes really fast, right? I think in a good way. So if you have courage to like do this in Korea, you can try. Yeah. Right now, I would be worried, but it would be a good try. It would be like a first generation of Koreans who are mixed. Like there are many first generation of like so many mixed kids. We do have mixed kids, but not so many. But it might be the first generation of like so many mixed kids in one class, and then they won't be discriminated. We have like black Korean celebrities, like models or comedians, who speak full Korean and not much of English or any other language. So it's possible. If you're brave enough, you should try. And the kid might be, I don't know, he or she would turn out someone very special and do very well in their life. Yeah, your parents could worry, but you can convince them, in my opinion. It depends on the parents, but still, you should try convince them. When I was dating a foreign girlfriend, she was Caucasian, and she often told me that I look like South Park kids when I laugh. Because eyes go. 사진 봤죠? That's so racist. You look like the kids in the South Park when I laugh. And it's like, oh, okay. We used to make a lot of racial jokes towards us. Yeah.
연인끼리요?
왜냐면 because she's Caucasian and I'm Asian, and she say something very nasty about Asian people, like rice munchers. And she goes, your eyes go like South Park when you laugh. I kind of do. I mentioned me traveling South Africa for 3 weeks, and those people in Cape Town, they haven't seen many Asian men. So I was Bruce Lee for 3 weeks. Everywhere I go, they're like, oh, Bruce Lee. It's like, oh, thank you. That's my father. Seriously, they all call me Bruce Lee. And I was okay with that. They didn't call me Bruce Lee in a nasty way. So I was very okay with it. I laughed a lot. Yeah. But I wish they changed my nicknames once in a while. Probably to Jackie Chan, I don't know. I'm a little taller than Jackie Chan, but still. And also Bruce Lee is better looking. Okay.
You said you dated a foreign girlfriend, who is not Korean, right?
Right.
Personally, I have no experience.
Mm-hmm.
So please talking about the differences between Korean and non-Korean girlfriend.
Okay, so one of the differences is the honesty, which I also mentioned in my blind date video. The last time in the video, some of you might misunderstood when we went to the winery tour. My ex and her dad having a good time. They never called me boring. They were rather very understanding. Looking back, foreign girlfriends are always very mature, and I regretted my actions. Like when I look back my past relationship regarding foreign exes, I always tell myself, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that to her. That was nasty. That was not very nice. Then Korean girlfriends like, oh, she shouldn't have said that to me. That's really hurtful. I can easily come up with a few stories, but let's save that for another time. Okay, so to any Korean men out there, I would recommend dating foreign girls because I learned a lot about life and different culture, and in my opinion, I became more understanding towards different things. And Jihoon, if you really love this girl, you should pursue this, marry her and have kids wherever you want, just because I assume I'm much older than you. Looking back, it's really difficult to find the right one. It's extremely difficult. And if you're sure, your parents' problem, your job and all that, they don't matter. You should go for it. And I'm very jealous. I'm jealous of the fact that you found this girl you love so much, and you shouldn't lose her. Whether she's black or white, doesn't matter. If you really love her, marry her, have a family together. So I'm very thankful to Jihoon and Asia for sharing the story. So I could go through my past and discuss our culture. Any stories like this, more than welcome. Please send them over, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.